Who is on the hot seat for Big 12 this season in football? Is it David Aranda from Baylor? I don't think so. But if he doesn't make a bowl game, he might be on the hot seat going to next year. And I think somehow they find a way to improve from last year from 6 wins to 7 at least. Is it Brent Venables? It's year 2, but you never know with Oklahoma fans. Is it Steve Sarkisian? I wouldn't think so. This is the prime year for Texas anyway to try to win the Big 12 for one last time. Because I don't win a conference period, of course, especially the Big 12 when they're going to go to the SEC. Because I don't know how well they're going to do in the SEC when the SEC is tougher. I mean, can't deny that. And they have a lot more talent. I mean, they're very loaded this year. Is it Joe McGuire? No, he's a second-year head coach. I mean, what can you expect? Is it Sonny Dykes? No, it's year 2, but I expect TCU to take a step backwards. I just don't know how much. Will they make a bowl or will they not? Is Chris Klieman on the hot seat? Of course he's not. It's not Lance Leipold either from Kansas. Mike Gundy from Oklahoma State? I don't know. I think somehow he bounces back this year, but I don't know how much. They were 7-5 last year and finished 7-6. Maybe he's on a hot seat, but I don't think he is, but he's very close to it. It's kind of like in a David Aranda situation. He needs to show something this year. And both Baylor and Oklahoma State should be better this year based on the schedule. I mean, Baylor got 8 home games this year. I mean, and Oklahoma State's schedule is a lot easier than last year. I mean, it's the truth. Is it Gus Malzahn from UCF? No. He's turning the program in the right direction. And I just think UCF is probably the best team out of the bunch to compete right away for the Big 12. Especially especially going forward after Texas and Oklahoma leave. But this year, I wouldn't be shocked if they finish top half of the league. But I think they could, but they might be like right there. Is Kalani Sitake in a hot seat? No, he turned that program around. And remember, like 3 years ago, he was on a hot seat. But then he ripped off like 11-1 and 10-3, and then 8-5 last 3 years. He's safe. Matt Campbell for Iowa State. That's a tricky one. I would think he needs to show a little bit more improvement, especially when they failed to make a bowl game for the first time since his first year on the job. I mean, with 4-8 this past year. And he's still the best Iowa State football coach they ever had. But if they miss a bowl game, maybe going to next year, he's on the hot seat. But I don't know. Daniel Holgorsen? I don't know. I know last year they disappointed, but I think they are going to be patient with them because they're transitioning over from the American to the Big 12, more Power 5 opponents consistently. And they're not expected to do much this year. Maybe next year he would be. Maybe next year. This year, I think he's okay. But I'm not positive. Scott Satterfield from Cincinnati. He's a first-year head coach. Of course he's not. I mean, which leaves, I'm not sure I mentioned him already. And I apologize if I did. But Neil Brown's on the hot seat. He has to make a bowl to save his job. And his schedule does not do him any favors if you look at it. I mean, the first 2 games especially are brutal. I mean, at Penn State, then you get Pitt at home. At least you have Pitt at home and you should beat Duquesne. But the question will be, does he make it through the season? I could totally see them firing him in the middle of the year. I could, or just stick it out with him and just tell him you're done, but you're still going to coach out the rest of the year. And I know he's recruiting a lot better than the past West Virginia coaches. It's just, he's just not putting it on the field. So, and they desperately need to improve the defense, because that really hurt them big time last year. And they were 5-7. So, yeah, and we know West Virginia's got a new AD over there too. So he just wants to give him a shot to save his job for Neil Brown. But if he doesn't produce, don't be shocked if he's fired. It's a matter of when is he going to get fired. If he does, when? Because they might start 1-4 to begin this season. It's very, very, very possible. And even with the additions of they're playing all 4 newcomers, it's not guaranteed victories for West Virginia to beat all those 4 new teams, because they're about even with them. Those other teams are about even. So this will be an interesting year in the Big 12. This will be, especially in a 14-team league with Texas and Oklahoma are going to be gone after this year. So anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and see you guys later. 5 subscribers, we're on the road to it. Let's go.